Welcome back to another reading and correcting with me, Kindar, the Tiger Knights, and Ty, the Tiger Supervisor. These are where I read a chapter from one of my stories and correct it as I go. If you want to listen to these live, it's every Tuesday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Time on Twitch. And if you are looking to support me, that is on my Patreon. Today, we are doing chapter 16 of Trustless Shadows. Claus walks on two legs as he goes to the door. I'm barely aware of him. Jason is here. I pay attention to what he's doing until I hear claws against metal. He has four arms now. The top two have clawed hands, and he's forcing them between the door and the jamb. The two below them are larger and in thick, blunt hands made for punching or pushing. You won't be able to. He rips the door out. I stare. He shrinks as the effort catches up with him. But he shouldn't have been able to do that. Unless I'm wrong about the rooms being cells for demons. Jason is out of the room and running at me, arms extended. You're all. I shove him back hard. He almost falls, but Claus catches him. I don't think either of them realizes it. Claus is panting. Jason looks pained. What? Don't call me that, I growl. I get in his space as he tries to back away, but Claus is behind him. My name is Derick. You lost the right to use anything else when you lied to me. Derick, I didn't have. Don't bother lying to me. You had me believing the people I was helping were good, that they deserved to be safe. I trusted you. Derick, I did the best I could. No, you did what you wanted. Because of you, I had no idea what the world was really like. I had to kill people who were just trying. You had me kill people who were just trying to survive. He saved your life, Claus says. I don't. I look at him. He what? After you were hurt, Claus. After you were hurt, Claus is back to being four-legged, and Jason hurriedly steps away from both of us. After the one who made you stabbed you, he called me, told me what had happened. He told me where you would leave the building. He begged me to come rescue you. I remember the voice on the radio guiding me to the exit where Juliet came for me. I look at him, at this human, trying to understand why he did that after all the lies he told me. Jason opens his mouth, but I ignore him. Wait, how did he call you? Claus cants his head. I had a phone. I showed it to you. Yes, but how did he even know your numbers? Derick, Jason begins. Shut up. I had one of the human I used give it to him. Derick, I do not believe this is the time. That guy spent his entire time lying to me, and you don't think I'm warranted in wanting to know how he knew about you? Derick, I didn't want to lie to you, Jason pleads. I snort. More lies. I saw the recording of when I was made. I heard you plan the lies you'd tell me. He sighs. Yes, at first I didn't have a problem with it. You were just another psychology project, the best one ever offered to me. I got to create a person from scratch. You have any idea how amazing that is? How difficult? I don't react to his enthusiasm, although I can feel the anger rising. After a while, around the time Manda sets you loose on the demons, I began seeing you weren't just a machine. You weren't just reacting to your programming. You were making choices outside those parameters. You ate extremely healthy, except you also drank my brand of soda, even though you can't stand anything too sweet. You tried to get to know the people around you. Didn't help. It didn't help you fight demons, so when you were... I look away from him, and he stops. One of the scientists is edging his way out of the room, staying against the wall, as far from Claus as he can. The demon looks at him, impassive. The human stops moving when he notices me watching. I vaguely recognize him as one of those who worked in the armory. Like Jason, he's dirty and stinks. His hair is gray and thin, his beard thicker. But please, I just want to go home. The building is surrounded by demons, and they're also inside. My voice is forcefully neutral. I want to grab him and throw him back in, then close the door and lock them all in, Jason included. You won't survive the attempt, and you'd reveal to them that the door is open. They're going to come down here and kill everyone. You want to be responsible for that? I didn't cause this. His own anger makes him braver. Claus should have left them locked in. They're going to be nothing but trouble now. They're going to get themselves killed or worse. I'm going to have to protect them. I look at Jason's. Convince him not to go anywhere. I walk around him and join Claus. What about the others? He asks. Claus stands, giving himself a somewhat human form. You need to release them yourself. He leans against the wall, his form fraying. Jason takes a step back. I can't. This whole floor was designed to go on lockdown without power. Amanda didn't want to risk it. The demons they had at the time from escaping. Before your time, he adds, looking towards me. That guy, Adam. He shut the power down after putting us in here. It came back earlier when they brought in the soldiers, then it went out again. Can't you rip that out the other doors? Klaus shakes his head. I'm too weak. I was counting on you to help us free them. You don't have to look human, I tell Klaus, not for them. They are not the enemy, Derick. And not people you should be exhausting yourself for either. Klaus look at me impassive. I'm sorry, Jason says in the silence, but without the power there is nothing I can do. Klaus looks around me. Where is the power controlled from? I don't know. The utility closet, I guess. Speak, Klaus says, and I turn to see the gray-haired scientist lower his shaking hand. The human is terrified. I can smell it from here, even over their stink and the demon's scent permeating everything. If I tell you, you have to promise to let me go. Really, Thompson? Jason asks. They're here to rescue us, and you're going to bargain with them? Rescue? The human chokes. That's a demon. Those things eat us. It's probably here to round us up and feed us to its buddies. Klaus steps toward him, his form flowing back to four-legged. You are not food, he sniffs the human. You are refuse. Refuse? Refuse? Yeah. Jason looks at me apologetically. I'm sorry. Menda's been spreading the propaganda since before I got here. I roll my eyes. You expect me to believe you don't believe it? I keep an eye on Thompson and Claus. The human slowly backs up. Claus stays with him, looking almost amused. Jason shrugged. I used to. Before you. I didn't have anything to do with demons. I heard what's on the news and figured that was true. I know better now. You want to know how he found out about me? He motions to Claus. There's a bar I go to. It's far from here, so Amanda doesn't know about it. For the last, I don't know, quite a while actually. I've been bitching about work there. I didn't say anything about you, but if you had anyone watching the building, watching me, and they followed me there, they would have known I wasn't happy with how things were going. He rubbed his face. There was a time or two I drank too much, and I might have said more than I should. I woke up one morning in my bed with the guy I'd brought gone, and a note with a number to call if I ever needed help. I studied Jason, trying to figure out if he's lying again and why he'd do so. I have no idea. I look at Claus. Well, you need to decide. I cannot be the one to set what is true for you or what is true or not for you. This isn't, I sigh. Okay, fine. I locate Thompson wedged in a corner, pressing himself in as hard as he can so to stay away from Claus. Thompson, I call out, you guide us to that utility closet and we'll let you go. Jason grabbed my shoulder. You can't do that. I look at his hand and him, and he takes it away as if he's afraid I might bite it off. The fear could be justified. They're going to kill him. I've already told him what's out there. If he still wants to leave, I'm not going to hold him here against his will or tell him lies so he'll stay. Jason looks away, but he speaks again. When they catch him, they'll realize someone set him free. They're going to come here to kill everyone. You said so yourself. Can you kill Adam if he knows you're coming? He will know we're here the moment the power comes on. Just turn on this floor. Uh, uh, just turn it on this floor, he says. Do you know how to do that? Jason opens his mouth, then closes it. He turns. Thompson, do you know how to turn on individual floors? The scientist's skin's lost almost all its color. His eyes show almost entirely white. Claws, unless you plan on eating him, give him some space. My words make the human look in my direction. He focuses on me, then looks away. Claus has gone back to the doorway, while the other humans cower back further into the room. Thompson, focus. Jason snapped his finger to get his attention. Do you know how to turn individual floors on? Of course not. I only know where it is because the cartridge making equipment is next to it. I saw a janitor working on it. I can get you there, but after that, you deal with it. You deal with it. Jason, you need to make sure the others stay here while we're gone. I'm coming with you. No, you're staying here with them. He leans in, getting in my face. The stench is overwhelming, and he has to know the effect it has on me. But I don't move. I'm not giving him the satisfaction. I'm not getting back in there. I've spent what feels like an eternity locked in there, pissing and shitting in a corner, terrified out of my mind. I will talk to them. I'm going to explain you're here to get us out. They'll stay put. After that, I'm coming with you. You leave without me, and I'm going to make you regret it. The smile I give him isn't friendly. And how do you think you can do that? He glares at me. Don't push me, D. I know your buttons. My smile falters as I try to work out what that means. He smiles and pats my shoulder. It's good to know you can I can still It's good to know you can still get stuck over working a problem. Don't leave without me, D. I watch him enter the room, still confused by his words. Claus slumps on the floor and I go to him. You need to hunt. He shakes his head. I'll manage. You can't take Adam if you're weak. Hunting Adam isn't the same if I'm sated. I don't just want him dead. I want his flesh to nourish me. I will take what he is and make it part of me. Make something good out of the horrible thing he is. If you're too tired, I'm not letting you hunt him. I'll kill him myself to keep you safe. He smiles. If you're so worried about me, then you can weaken him first before I hunt him. That's allowed? He snorts. How do you think we teach the young to hunt larger prey? Jason comes out of the room with the lamp. Okay, they understand the situation and they've promised me they'll stay on this floor. Shouldn't you let the military guys know what you're doing? I shrug. Unless you have a way to talk with them through the glass, there's no point in bothering. Jason looks at the window. Right, soundproof. Okay, let's get going. I glare at him. You're not in charge. I didn't say I was, but there's is there anything else we need to do here? Claus steps between us, forcing us apart. Guide us, he tells Thompson as he gets closer to him. The men pull away again. What? We're going to have to take the stairs. How do you think we got here? I reply. He swallows and runs for them. I notice Claus flinch, fighting the urge to chase him. In the stairs, he almost trips and Claus grabs him. The man shrieks and we all freeze, listening. There's no sound. When no sound fills the stairwell, we proceed again. Claus keeping to the back. I'm sorry for what you went through, for my part in it. I don't want to listen to him. I tell myself, it's all going to be lies. Only, what if it isn't? Tell me why, Jason. Explain how you could do this to me. He sighs, and I can see the reluctance. You were just a project at the start. My entire career is built around the concept that it's possible to program the brain. that if specific methods are used, the result will always be the same. It was always just theoretical work until you came along. Couldn't believe my luck when Amanda approached me. He chuckled. He chuckles. Of course, you invalidated all my theories. You realize that, right? You're nothing like what I was aiming for back then. I glare at him. He raises his hands to placate me. It's not a complaint. I'm happy you became more than what I made you. I noticed small details early on. I never taught you to ask for someone's name. You should have waited to be told. I told myself it was minor, insignificant. I justified them away. He was thoughtful for a moment. It was when I assigned you your room that I knew something major had happened. It was set up based on how I trained you. It should have felt like home to you, but you didn't care for it. First thing you did was question me about the paintings. But was their purpose? Why had the previous hunter wanted them there? He paused as we reached sub 10, and I hold the door for him and Claus when Thompson walks in as if he was alone. Beauty is learned, and I taught you to enjoy it. I'd never seen a painting before. Right. You don't remember that part. That was before you were awake. That was something implanted directly into your mind. That was what my thesis was about, direct programming on a mind. The first 4 months of your life were spent being programmed to be the person you are. He pauses and frowns. No, that's not right. To be the person I wanted you to be. You ended up being someone different. But yeah, your apartment was when I knew. I should have, I don't know, put an end to it. But at first I wanted to study the differences, figure out how to fix them. He sighs. Then I made the most basic mistake. I stopped thinking of you as a project. You became my man, D. By then, you and I were in too deep. I didn't know how to just stop it. I thought that maybe I could get you to end it. I thought that if you saw how the rest of the world was, you'd notice things weren't right. But you never did. We're here, Thompson whispers, opening a door. The room is large. Jason's lamp lets me see the working table with machines on them. I can smell gunpowder. The janitor's door is over there. He points more or less in the direction of the door. I can see which he clearly can't. It's the only door at the back of the room. I head to it, Claus and Jason's in tow. Inside is a panel 6 feet high and 2 feet wide. On it are 4 columns of horizontal black switches. I flick one, then another, but nothing happens. I turn to ask Thompson, but he isn't with us. A light comes on in the other corner of the room, and I watch as he straightens, holding a rifle. What the hell? Thompson? Jason exclaims. Move away from them, he replies. I don't want either of them to use you as a shield. Thompson, put the gun down. They're here to help. Don't be an idiot, Gord. That's a demon, and that thing you and Walker made went over to their side, just like the others. I'm not letting either of them get out of here. He shifts his aim from Claus to me. Don't either of you move. This might not be loaded with irradiated rounds, but the caliber's high enough it can blow your head off. Claus lunges as Thompson moves the rifle. I have my gun out at the same time that Jason jumps in front of me and the rifle goes off. Jason staggers back into me and I drop the gun to catch him. I lower him on the ground as I listen to Claus rip into the other man. Why did you do that? I growl at Jason. He looks at me, confused, and winces as pain starts to register. He glances down to his right arm, to where his right arm should have been, and screams. That concludes Chapter 16 of Trustless Shadows. If you are enjoying this, please leave a like. If you want to know when the next chapter is going to be up, subscribe and hit the bell. If you want to read this book, as well as the other 2 in the trilogy, they are available on Kindle Unlimited. If you want a different way to support me, that is on my Patreon, where you can get access to basically everything else I've written. And if you want to listen to these live, it's every Tuesday morning, 8 a.m. Eastern Time on Twitch and YouTube. Links are in the notes. And with that, I shall wish you a good day.